All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry we had to wait for these beautiful ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the live for March 2021, and this is our week. Welcome, Peechez. Welcome,
Thank you, Kathye. Thank
Majestic Eye
you.
Princess. And as usual, we're waiting for Zeke to turn up, but we are going to be going as we go forward. Okay, Peaches, because of the
Yeah.
last time, Majestic Eye Princess, she will come back in. Because of the last time, we really missed you. Um, do you
I
want to
know.
give us
I feel
I know, but you
so
look so beautiful in the car.
terrible. Thank
Oh
you,
my God,
Kathy.
you were looking so beautiful in the car, and I have to apologize, but I have been having health issues with my eyes, so I have been out, and my blood pressure is high, and I had two last
Okay.
operations on my eyes, and that is the reason why. Peaches, let me know what is going on. What is going on in your part of Texas? How are things there?
Okay. They are much better. I think for pretty much everybody here, because there
Mm.
were after the freeze in February, there were long lingering problems for
Wow.
people that even I knew personally. Even a month later, some people I had friends. Actually, it was my wedding planner. She still was not back at home. They did not have hot water a month later. So it,
Oh
it
my
was real
God.
crazy. But I think at this point, everybody's back to normal. It's springtime now. I'm looking out my front door. It's so beautiful. You would not even think that we almost died in February
Oh my God.
and
Now, I
almost
saw that and I
froze.
saw the huge accident. There was a huge accident. My
Yes,
cousin
yes,
died.
Kathy. Oh,
My cousin dog died. I don't know if you guys are having dogs that is dying. A lot of people, their dogs in Texas was dying. Like a lot of my clients just said, my
we
dog
have
just died.
we have one dog, but she's good. Our dog Biscuit. Uh, she's good though, but of course we had her inside the entire time. We had given her a really good bath because we knew, what was coming. And so, yeah, she was right inside with us. But no, I didn't hear of any animals and dogs dying. That's so sad.
Yeah, yeah. My cousin dog died on Valentine's because she lived close to you guys, and
Okay. That was
then
the very
the
first day it came.
yeah, and the very first day the light went out. So my cousin was like, "Oh my God!" So she and the kid, everybody, they were trying to get a generator, and she got stuck also
Mhm.
in the snowstorm. It was crazy. She was
Oh,
like, "Hey,
gosh.
it is just crazy here." But it's coming back to normal. How's the vaccination going by you, Peaches? Are people
How's the
taking the
who?
vaccination?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm not. No, ma'am. I'm not. No, ma'am. Shout out to those who do. I pray for you, but I'm not. No, ma'am. But I don't go a lot of places either. And I still wear my mask. My husband does not play that. We still wear our masks. But yeah, no. When it comes to injecting something in my bloodstream, I can't. And then, to me, I hate to say it, it's money driven, Kathy. The vaccinations, I don't know about outside of Texas, but they're already at Walgreens. Really? You don't
Wow.
even need to see a doctor to
Oh,
get
so you can
the
just go to Walls Green and get the vaccination?
Yes,
Is that what
yes.
you're
So
saying?
to me, when I hear that, yes, they're advertising it on commercials. Majestic High Priestess, I don't know if you have seen any commercials in your area, but in my area, they are already saying you can go to Walgreens and get your vaccination today. That sounds like you're contracting the vaccinations out to where everybody can get. That's money. That's money.
I
Um,
had no ideas.
that's
Okay.
so
Wow.
that's
Now
my
that's a game changer. I had no idea that that was happening.
And in
Wow.
this area, they're advertising you can go to Walgreens. So I just feel like that is like, you don't even need to consult. It's like you don't even need insurance. You don't even need a doctor to get this. Just go get it. I feel like it's
Wow.
kind of being shoved, or you know, what's the word? Like the car salesman that's won't let you
Oh yeah,
leave,
yeah.
without
It's
buying.
yeah.
I don't care if you get this piece of car back here, buy something. That's what it feels like to me. I can't think of the word to describe that. But it doesn't feel safe
Yeah.
to me.
No, that sounds
To
like
me,
a kind of commercial. If you ask me, that's commercial. Because if you want a
get to the
vaccine,
closest Walgreens and go get it today. It's like, whoa, we going to Walgreens to get the vaccination?
what? I
I'm
love
not
Walgreens, but not for my vaccination. I'm sorry. But what
exactly,
kind of okay? So
exactly.
which one of them are you getting at Walgreens? Which one of them are you getting at Walgreens?
I don't know that part. I don't know if the commercial says that part. But when I heard it, I was just like, wow, go to Walgreens and get the vaccination without consulting a doctor, because
I buy my
what they have
cigarettes at
been,
Walgreens.
and then last night, don't know if y'all heard this. I was on YouTube. It was like in the YouTube breaking news. COVID slammed with another surge in India.
Oh
Just
yeah,
that was
yeah. We
posted.
haven't
That was
seen
like
that.
brand new, 2 3 hours, and I'm looking like, really?
Yeah, I've been seeing
So
that
now
because we
India
had
has gotten
one.
slammed with a surge of more cases. I'm just like, I don't know
Yeah,
what to
it is
believe.
in France also. We have also a special virus that came up in France also. So yeah, that is really happening. But I can't believe that we're going to be having vaccination selling at Walgreens and not CVS.
Right.
No, but seriously, if you
Just
guys
go to
have
any
been,
pharmacy and any grocery store and just you can put
no,
your
but
arm right over
seriously,
there and just get it. Just it's scary. That's scary
oh
to me
my
because
God, I never
um,
expected this.
when I
But
think about the Tuskegee experiment, it's like, do we really want to run out there and get that?
no, that's
I'm
kind of
just
serious.
no.
That's serious. So
I'm
hold
good.
on. Who is the manager of? Welcome to all members that is coming in, newcomers. Welcome. If anyone know who is the manager of CVS and the manager of Walgreens, we'd love to know. Because if it's at Walgreens and it's not at CVS, now we got to find out what is going on. And I don't know if you guys have been in Florida, but by every crossing in Florida, there is Walgreens on one side and CVS on one side. Trust me.
Yep,
As you
that's
come to
how it is
any
here.
intersection and any crossing, there is a Walgreens, there is a CVS, or there is a CVS, there is a Walgreens. So I want to
Hmm.
know, and my preference is basically is always Walgreens. Something about CVS, and I think it's the way they put their things in there. I kind of get you know how to balance when I go into CVS, but Walgreens is where I always go. And 2 packs of cigarette at Walgreens is $11.
Wow,
Oh yeah,
that is amazing. That
oh yeah,
the health store
yeah. But you have to show
can
your
have
identity.
amazing
And
prices
every
like that
time
on
I go in
cigarettes.
there, and I'm like, you know me. I'm showing you my identity. How many times? Why do I have to show my identity? I mean, it's a European thing. Everybody smokes, and I prefer to smoke a cigarette instead of I'm going to be really getting upset with someone. I prefer to just walk away from you, go have a smoke. It's a European thing. And everybody always loves, what's your age? May I have your identity? And I'm like, why? It's my private thing. If I want to smoke, I smoke. I mean, it's a European thing. Every European smoke. I mean, it's a normal thing. And, it's kind of crazy. But I want to know who are the owners of Walgreens. Because if Walgreens is selling the vaccination and the CVS is not selling, then But what we're going to do is call out to Walgreens and see if they can help out. Like people. If anyone is listening from Walgreens, you can all donate clothes to homeless and that sort of a thing. Majestic Eye Princess, what's on your end of the pond?
Actually, nothing much. When we did have the freeze, I actually was in a very good location. Didn't lose life or anything like that. Didn't have a lot of hardships that others had. So my heart definitely goes out to those who had things that they had to deal with after the freeze, and then even those who are still going through certain things. It was very hard on us and the plants. But other than that, nothing much. I just wanted to piggyback off of both of y'all. I ain't taking no vaccine, so I'm kind of playing it by ear because where I work at a hospital, and they are right now it's voluntary. But those who get vaccinated, they kind of look at the other ones and they're like, "Oh, are you going to get vaccinated?" And I'm like, "I'm not disclosing information. It's me business." So
That is
outside of
smart.
that,
Okay, continue. Yes,
yeah,
because I've
yes,
heard
ma'am.
people get aggressive about, well, why aren't you taking it? You're not being safe. And it's like, whoa, this is my whole body. Wait a minute. That is
Yeah, I
so
tell
smart.
them.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
I tell
Okay,
them
keep
I'm
going.
not going to
Mhm.
disclose information. Um, and with that being said, I've also seen videos of like really bad side effects. There was one nurse, like she went to get it, and then like one side of her face was dripping, like she had a stroke. There
I
was
saw
a
her.
guy on
Mhm.
Facebook. His mom got the vaccine, and now she's twitching, kind of like how you see the zombies doing movies. And that video went viral, by the way, and it was so viral that he had to like turn it off where he couldn't get like Facebook requests anymore because everybody was trying to. You get. I've seen some really crazy things from that vaccine, so I was like, y'all could miss me with that one because I ain't taking the vaccine. I
Y'all,
already don't take the flu vaccine. The body actually it has a natural vaccine. So unless you're not feeding your body what needs to be, to assist in that, because here in America everything processed food should go. Yeah, your immune system is gonna be cracked. But if you're not eating like in me, I believe in natural remedies and herbs and things of that sort, then you don't have anything to worry about. So it's just so much information. Sometimes you don't know what to believe. But I do believe in going with my intuition. My intuition's like the hoax. Yeah.
Wow. No, beautifully said, Jessica Princess.
that is
But I had
okay.
no
Y'all, if
idea.
I
I know
start
that.
twitching,
What was that, Peaches?
I was saying if I was to start twitching, I'm gonna twitch right to the news, and I'm gonna say I was gonna be ugly. No, y'all don't. I can't say what everybody should do, but don't get like my family knows. My family knows. My family, I will kill them if they get it. I don't even worry about the COVID. I'm gonna kill you if you get that. My mama is 72 and calls me, has not been anywhere except for her doctor's appointments because she had knee surgery on the day of the election last year. So the only place she has been is the doctor's office. I think I'm gonna get the vaccine. I said, if you get it, I'm going to kill you. And I said what I said, and do not get that into your body. And I said, Mama, you lived through the Tuskegee experiment. I don't know why you want to test it again. Okay. What's the saying? First time shame on me, on you. Second time. Okay. Um, if anybody is twitching, that is not good. And they got it at
Yeah.
Walgreens. Come on. They don't, it's like you don't even care. Mhm.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's not
It's not right.
right. And then they're showing the politicians getting the vaccine like, oh, because he's a governor, I should get it. No, governor, what? That's probably water. We don't really know. Go ahead. I'm gonna watch you then for 6 months, and I'm not being swayed by anybody. If somebody gets it, I wish you the best. I hope nothing goes crazy, but is that's a big risk to me. So
Yeah.
that's just my point of view. It makes my nerves bad when I hear, just every time I see somebody like on Facebook in my personal news feed, and I see that I'm all vaccinated, just got dose number 2. I'm like, oh my God, why did you? And I just wish them well,
Oh,
and
oh
I get
my God.
scared. I do. I'm scared
Oh
for
Yeah.
my.
people. I really
I
am.
really want to know what type are they selling at Walgreens. That would be, if anyone out there, welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone out there knows what type of vaccine is being sold
Oh,
at Walgreens, let us know. Okay. All right. So
all right.
okay.
Since
So
we're
on
now,
my part.
woo.
So all right. So from Rotterdam, coming from Rotterdam. Well, my father-in-law got the vaccine. My mother-in-law got the Pfizer for today, and my father-in-law, he was having, he was not well, but since he has the vaccine, I should say that he's really freaking up. Yeah, no, but it's true. He was having some health issue, and since the vaccine, he is more choopy. He's alert. So yeah, and I'm 50, so I have to wait until the summer, until my times come around, and I'm one of those very sensitive people, and I think that I'm not really worried about it basically because I had two operation this month, the beginning of this month, and yeah, I think I'm not really worried about it. And we in Holland, we're going to be opening up. We're semi-opening up. So on the 28th of this month, the stores are going to be open up. The restaurants are going to be opening up. The terrace, because it's summer. It's getting warm. It's very hot outside. And as you guys know, that when it comes up to summertime, our summer goes until 10 o'clock in the night. Now it's going till 8. Yeah, yeah, in Rotterdam, especially in Rotterdam here, our summer goes because of central where we are. How our summer goes in the hottest day, the 21st of August is when it changed back, and then it start go to 10 o'clock in the night, 9 o'clock in the night. That's why most of our windows are we have to put up like dark things, especially in our bedroom. So it is 7 something, and we still have hot sun outside. It goes down about 8:39, so you guys can see it. But yeah, we have like long summers, and because of the summer that is coming up, we can't travel. We're on a travel bond. So we're really on a travel bond, and you can't travel. And if we travel, we get a fine of 6,000 euros. So we
So it
cannot
is serious.
travel. Yeah,
Okay.
it is serious. So we can't travel. So it's a bond of 6,000 euros if we travel. So it's we have the virus kind of went up a little bit. I don't know what we did, what has transpired, but it went up a little bit. Now the hospitals don't want the terrace to open, because when the terraces are open, there are going to be a lot of people, and then it is easier. But we have to wear masks everywhere we go. We have to go wear masks. I was in the hospital. Have to wear masks. You have to wear masks. You have to disinfect.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
is good. We are now at the 60 plus. People who are 60 years and plus is getting vaccinated now. I think I'm 50 plus, so I think I'm going to be like in June, July, maybe around that. But schools are opening. We have here college, and we have high schools. Now, college is college in America. High school is like August school, we call it. It's like university, which is very high. And then we have university. So we have college, high school, and then university. So they are going to be going back and going one day in the week and that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So, Holland, we're really on the shutdown. I don't know when we will ever travel. I think it's when everyone gets vaccinated. And they're hoping that we all get vaccinated by summer so that they can fully open up sports schools. We can't go to sports school. The hairdressers are open up. The nail people are open up. And the 28th, that is Wednesday, yeah, that is Wednesday. We're going to be opening up, going to the shops again. Now we can only make an appointment and go. But we can't just walk in a shop. Only the supermarkets and that sort of a thing. So we're really, really on a shutdown, and really the ban is like 6,000. I want to say to each and every person, throw out your questions. We're all here to answer questions. Throw out your question. If there's anything you guys want us to discuss, throw out your questions. We're going to be having more of this because I think that Peechez, Peechez, I so have a wonderful. I just think you are just great, whatever it is with your voice. When I'm listening to your voice, and I don't know what exactly is going on this platform, but I just think that a lot of people who need the exposures are not getting the exposures. And I've seen a couple people that I have my eyes on, and I really want to get them together. So, Peaches, if you see any other good Tarot readers, I'd like to get them together so that we can do a program like this and, try and give out information. Why aren't we growing? What's blocking us? That sort of a situation, and to help other YouTubers. I see a wonderful lady. I don't remember her name. It's a black lady. She's good. I love her. She does her daily stuff. I love her. And I think, people who some of the information, I'm like, girl, you need to go read that tarot book. And no, no, but seriously, I because I'm looking for good people, because Tarek is something, and the way our Peaches does it, I really, really love it, Peaches. And every day I hope that I could do something to like bring out a lot of good people that I see out there that is not getting the exposure, and I want to bring that forward. What I also want to do, if anyone, any family that is having any issues, any problem, whether it's with tax, whether it's with identity theft, whatever problems that family out there are having, just throw out the questions. I will advise you guys. I know that it is really a time in America now when things are kind of off. Congratulations to my favorite team. They become European champion, Ajax. I was like, ooh. And Ajax was champion, European champion for the Champion League. So that was good. Another thing that the Dutch has designed, and it's a weird thing, and I'm seeing this happening like in everything. They design a box that you can go in and you scream to do your test. So it doesn't get pushed up in your nose or anything. It's just a box. You go in there, you scream, and your test result comes out. Just that. Yes,
Wow.
it's just so powerful. I want to try it out. Yeah.
Is it a
And
COVID?
yeah, yeah. So congratulations to the people who designed that in Holland. And I'm really proud of, and the thing that I was like kind of upset about, it's a good idea, okay? It's a good idea to just go in a box, scream, because you give out your own air and you can do the testing. But a lot of people are not giving it and pushing it on the market, and I'm pushing it on the market. So Americans out there who are looking for a way for people to test and do the virus, the Dutch has a new box that they have designed. I think Europe, the rest of the European countries looking at it. I think that I should push that because it's a good idea. You don't have to get something stick up in your nose and way down your throat. That is just ugh. So
Scary.
especially for little kids, for little kids, it is so scary, you know. And I'm seeing
Mm,
little kids here getting tests, and I'm thinking, oh my God. So if any Americans out there that is looking for a new system in order to test the COVID virus, and I think it's a good thing for at the office. You know, if you work in an international
mhm,
building, you can put it at the bottom. Every morning you walk in, you scream, you are tested, and especially for
mm.
kids. So any Americans out there that wants to invest in something, it's a new investment that the Dutch came up. What we have tests, we have self tests. Now it's not the virus, it's not the vaccine, it's a self test. So that is also in the pharmacies here. Okay, so we have created a self test. You can buy it. It's like this, and you take it out. You do your self test, so you can test yourself. Which I think that is another great idea that came up because it's horrible just seeing someone sticking something in your nose and in your mouth. So you yourself can do it. You know how far to go. So that is coming out on the market. It is in Holland now. I think it's going to go breaking out in Europe, and that is good. So, you know, I realize that the death of this virus is going down. But I have one question for the panel. I'm throwing it out. What do you guys think? Okay, so the COVID virus was supposed to be very, very yeah, bismetic. You know, so why did they bury people in instead of cremating people? Have you guys ever questioned that? Because if it's a virus that is easily transmitted, why did they bury people and not cremate people? Do you who wants to answer the question?
I would say that because it's still up to the family or to that person what their wishes are for their remains, what happens after. Some people already have that set in stone, they have their mind made up. Some people have already invested money, burial plots, these sorts of things. And I guess, if you have an, I'll say, unexpected pandemic, okay, then you may not know or think that far ahead with, well, how do we safely, respectfully, I hate using the word discard, but what do we do with the remains of these victims of COVID?
Exactly.
I would
That's a good
think
question.
they didn't have time to think that far ahead on that part. So yeah, that's what I would think. That it's still up to family or to that person on how their remains are handled after they pass away. Transition.
Majestic High Princess, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I think Peaches did a really good job answering because I hadn't even really thought about that. And
I
then
hadn't
also too, because
either. Mm-mm.
I don't know, because I mean, like they get it bombed and all kind of stuff. I don't know what being bomb fluid. I don't know. I feel like we've been bomb fluid in the ground for long, be okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no question, no answer for that one. Yeah.
Hi,
That's a good
greeting,
question, though.
greetings
I
from out
never thought of
Rotterdam.
that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
in
a real good
Rotterdam too,
question.
honey. I'm on the skirts. Greetings. Oh, I know who's at this ski. Hey, honey, who is it? Okay. Oh, Denise B. Hello, Denise. And favorite. Greetings from Germany.
Judy.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome, guys.
Hey,
Okay.
y'all.
Yeah, so I love you guys. I love you, Peaches, and I love you, I Princess. And the thing
We
about it
love
is
you
that we are
too.
both. I Princess is not a child, but I and Princess we are mothers. And Princess, do you see any future for our kids? I mean, my kid is 30 something, but it's still my baby. But is there any future, Peaches, when you're looking at what things are going on now? Is there any future for us, for kids at the moment? How is kids? Are they fully back at school or are they doing online courses in the States? What's going on there?
There has
I think
been.
it
Oh, you go ahead
depends on
first.
area, right? Okay, I think it depends on area. I know that I've talked to some of my friends that live in Chicago. Some places are doing hybrid. Some places haven't opened up all the way, and then some places they're going to school more. So I think that is there a future? I want to say yes. It just depends on how parents and of course how the government, want to hand things. I know for me personally, if I had children, I probably would just switch to homeschooling. So that I wouldn't have to have them kind of out there with the herd, overwhelmed by all the different changes and things like that, kind of let stuff settle. But from what I understand, it's being more of a hybrid situation. I know that children are still wearing like masks or whatever. So, yeah, I don't think that everything happened the way that it has. I don't think that people have had a lot of time to really think critically about, okay, hey, what do we do with children's school? And I think that when it first hit, because everybody was at home, probably people was ready to be like, look, y'all need to go to school. You need the house, to have a social life. Let me have peace. So, so I don't think it's like a one. I don't think it's like a one situation I answer. I just think that more people have to think critically and also to try to do this thing. So
Yeah, yeah, because even here, because when um the epidemic hit last year, I was saying to people, maybe this is a good thing ever happens for us in Holland because kids can be homeschooled, and the Dutch are not aware of homeschooling, and in America we are aware of homeschool. I was homeschooled, and I was proud to be homeschooled. I was one of these people that I was happy that I was homeschooled. I'm sorry. So maybe I'm a little worried, and people think, "Oh, that's a weirdo." Yeah, but if you do homeschool and you do training online, especially for kids, they can focus more. That's my opinion. And, I don't know what you guys, your opinion, but my thing is that I'm really wondering what is the future going to be for kids. And I'm sure a lot of mothers do wonder that. And I don't have grandkids, but my son is 30 something. And he doesn't want kids, which I can understand because I wouldn't want to have a grandchild in this timeline, to be honest, because I don't know what the future is going to be for this child. And with you, I Princess, you are about to get in, have kids. Would you homeschool your children?
oh, definitely. I will say this. I see the pandemic as a blessing because this has challenged me to step out of comfort zone. I think that for so long we've been following a certain system or a certain set of rules, and then stuff like this happen, and then we're just all to help me to think about how can I step outside of my comfort zone and then create things that's not only for me and some children, down the line, like I'm having a side hustle or having a business, looking to resources. How do I homeschool? How do I do that? Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And as French folks say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So this has definitely helped me to say, hey, just because this is given to you and they say that this is the way, it doesn't necessarily mean this way. And if anything else is pandemic, I hope challenge more of us to think critically and think about ways that we create opportunity in the midst of, times like these. So I've been looking into like online schools. I know I'm children, but I'm always thinking ahead. Also, two things like I've been tutoring and teaching math for a very long time. So,
Oh
hey,
my God, I
what can
gotta
I?
send you to, a client of mine. I'm sorry to break in. A client of mine is looking for a tutor. I forget that you were a tutor. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I will send you the info. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a German friend of mine in New York, in Jersey, that is looking for
Oh,
a tutor.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So looking. Oh, Denise, I totally agree. So yes, let me go ahead and put that in there. This time should have challenge parents how to be more active and take an active role in the next time, because we're so bogged down with work and stress, and then you have your own journey that sometimes it's more like, oh, let me send my child to school because okay, then I get a break, or hey, my kids over there, so I can breathe, but there are ways to do that, without having to send the child off. And then also too, be more active with the health of our children and even the health of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing they're like, oh, immune system. What does that
Yeah.
mean? I can't have an immune system and I'm eating out all the time.
Yeah.
Or I'm
Yeah.
eating them processed food.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
go for a walk.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah. That's one of
so,
the things. Yeah.
and so also too, just with the child being in the home, now you make sure that they're eating. You're making sure that they're doing homework. So definitely, this been a lesson because sometimes we have to have a power moment in order, one, not only to see our own strengths and how we are solution oriented, being how we can create, what it is that we seek, right? Like they say, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
Well, be what it is that you wish, you was getting something else,
Yeah.
and so that's just my take on it. So with children, I'm not scared to have children. I mean, as long as everybody having sex, won't have some kids, okay? So
Yeah.
not being scared. It's not being scared, or I mean, I'm just being
That is
honest.
true.
It's not about being scared, and it's not about letting current circumstances take your ability to have joy in this life.
Yeah.
It's about you thinking critically and taking ownership and saying, "Hey, I know that I want this in my life. How can I get it?"
Yeah.
And then to go after it. So I'm not scared to have children. I'm also looking for a man that is on the same page with me so
Okay,
that we
so
can create what we need.
man, any eye professionals, spiritual men out there? We're looking for a man. Uh, she's very highly intelligent and she will make
Majestic,
good
were you were
kids.
you
She's gorgeous.
swindled
She's
into that?
gorgeous,
Me?
and
I guess I set myself up for that one.
we gotta get coupled up here. And
But you,
men, anyone out there?
Not any.
Yeah.
Not any. Oh, Kathy.
so just even looking for a man that's on the same page. It's very critical.
In
So
Yeah.
that you have a like-minded partner. Oh my yes. So with that being said, uh, it's just challenging me to not limit myself, because when I limit myself, and I always been the stick, and and so just taking that into consideration,
Yeah.
I'm looking for having children, and it, like I said, just pushes me to work hard and make sure that I'm building my own empire,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to sit there and feel like that's somebody else's job.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's true. Thank you for that. Joy Favor, and she says, I'm doing my online school too in Germany. So a lot of
Hmm.
European countries are basically trying to look, especially France is shut down. I think Portugal was having a whole lot of problems also, and France is now. I think
Hmm.
England is the only one that is really open up. So thank you for that from Germany. And let's see, I think it's very important for parents to take more of an active role in their children's life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do believe that because I
I
really do
believe
believe that.
it.
I grew
Yeah.
up with a mother that is a teacher, and she taught, and she had also her tax company. So it is a situation, and I grew up with a lot of teachers. Most of my mother's friends were teachers, and even my cousin in New York, my aunt is now, thank God, before Corona, my aunt in New York is now on pension. So thank God she doesn't have to be in the schoolroom. But I think a lot of people expect that teachers are the one that is responsible for their kids. But ladies and gentlemen, wake up. You
Mm.
create them. Okay?
You're
Teachers are
right.
not
No,
teachers
no.
are not the one. I mean, they are there to send them on the right part in the right direction. But ladies and gentlemen, mothers and fathers and mothers, you have to take a role in your children's lives too. A lot of parents use the educational institution as a guardian and shocking this up. And it's true. You have to understand that even though a child spends 8 hours at school, you as a parent need to sit with them in the weekend or do some sort of a curriculum activities, find out what is going on with them in the evening when they come from school, and that
Yeah.
sort of a thing. Because teachers can't do enough. Because I remember my
Yeah.
mom used to say, "Kay, I don't want to talk to you when I come home. Make sure that everything is okay." Because I talk 24 hours at school. I don't want to come home and I have to be telling you to do things. I really do understand. I remember even Saturday mornings when I was young, she was giving extra lesson to kids in order for kids to make their grades. So, that is a situation, ladies and gentlemen, because I come from a family of kids, my cousins, my little
Yeah.
god sister, she's also a teacher now. And, I was one of those people who said, no, I don't want to work for that because I just think they never paid teachers well. If you guys know what teachers get as salary, I think that is the first thing, the First Amendment that should be looked at with the changes in America. Student loan, they need to look at student loan. They really need to look at student loan.
Oh,
They need to look at the credit score, get rid of that credit score. That just causes
So,
chaos for everyone. England and America is the only country in the world that has a credit score. Okay, and you know
really?
why? Yes, England and America is the only country in the
Did
world that
not
has a
know
credit
that.
score. No other
Came out
country.
of
No, we
nowhere.
don't. We don't have credit score, and it is just totally ridiculous because I don't know what that credit score is for. Because the people who has the money and will lend don't pay back the loans. That sort of a thing. And you, as a small person that just want a little lending of 5,000 or 10,000 in order to create your business, you're not going to be getting it. But the man that walk in the suit, the whiteboard criminal that walk in with the suit and the attache case,
giving
he's the one that
everybody.
gets it. And this is one of the biggest thing that America really needs to look on is student loans and that credit score. That we need to clear the board of this credit score. That is like a system where it only keeps back people. It doesn't elevate you because you have stress alone to have two, three jobs, but you also have stress to keep your credit score up. But if you
Yep.
buy a house cash, your credit score is just booming and it's up. And you're good for anything, anywhere you go, and you take out a credit or a loan, you want a telephone, it is good to go. And I really think that it's not fair to normal people, young families, or just coming up. I really think that it isn't fair. Um, I want to touch on another point. Peaches, I don't know how many kids you have, but you are going to be getting money to support the kids. What do you think about that? Was that a good idea? Was that a good initiative?
Honestly, I haven't even heard about that, but
Oh yes,
sounds good to
honey.
me.
Oh yes, baby girl. Oh yes, every kid. I think it's about every kid you have is going. You're going to be getting like $160. I think it's per month or 3 months. I'm not really sure. Go check out. But yes,
Okay.
Biden is working on that, and yes,
I
your
think
kids.
I think overall it's not bad. Because it is stressful, with children and things like that. And then for those who are having to, really, really transition them from being at school to being at home, working, maybe full time, things like that. The extra, I'm sure it does come in handy, or it will come in handy for a lot of people. But what I have to say about this schooling, y'all, it has been hell for me and my husband. So we have altogether 5 kids, including my godson.
Oh,
He's a
girl, get support and make sure. No, seriously, thank you.
well, but
Make
only
sure
out
Peaches
of
that
the
all
5,
five.
only 2 are younger.
No,
Out
no,
of the
no.
5,
It does.
we have
It depends on if they're 18 and over. I think that's how it is in Europe.
okay. Yeah. See, my
But
my
to 18, they
kids
get it.
are
I think to 18, they get it.
okay. So I have a 19 and a 20-year-old. Um, and then our godson lives here. He is 22. So none of them get it. They're all adults probably. But I have a 14-year-old that is in the 8th grade. And then we have an 8-year-old for at this point, part-time. Pray for us. Wednesday is a big day in our family custody trial. So
Well,
most likely
girl,
he will
I pray
be
for you.
coming. Thank you so much. She will be coming full time. Prayerfully, everything goes. If everything goes right, then she will be here. And I'm just being honest. But so she's in 2nd grade, and this year has been trying. Okay, my son, I had him at home. It was like the opposite in our home. We had him at home because we didn't want to subject him to possibly getting sick. So he did not go in the building this year at all. Um, ever since they got out, from spring break last year. Ever since then, and they never went back. And so my son was failing, to be honest. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like he started failing. First of all, the school starts at 7:30 in the morning. That's the
Wow.
earliest that I had ever heard of. We are new to the district. Kathy, we had, or you probably don't
Yeah.
remember, but we had just
Oh yeah, yeah,
moved
yeah.
here
I see the house.
last
You're now
summer.
in a house. It's a
Right.
beautiful house. I
Yes.
love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. We had
yeah.
just moved here last summer in July. So we were new to this district. And yeah, he's in 8th grade, but the school starts at 7:30. That's pretty early to
Wow.
me. However, if you go to bed, get some rest, you can, kind of be ready. But for him to have that, 5 minutes of being awake and come right in here to the kitchen and sit at the kitchen table,
Yeah. That's
um,
that's heavy.
that was
That's heavy.
in my mind. I would think that would be easier, but for my son, it was harder, and he would still be sleepy. He would still be sleeping, especially the first couple of classes in the morning. And so then it got to he really started saying and voicing, I would do so much better if I was going in the building. And I'm looking at him like,
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
and
But
I'm looking at
sometimes it's
his grade.
like that.
And
Hmm.
finally, in the fifth 6 weeks, okay, so just last month, we finally broke down and switched him from being online to going in face to face.
Ah, okay.
And that was interesting. Uh, he started doing a whole lot better. He went from failing to a 90 in math. This is not a dumb child. My son just, he got lazy, I feel like, but like he said, I don't have like a day anymore. I don't get ready. I don't get dressed. I don't go to school. I'm just walking from the bedroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, hit the kitchen table, and I'm trying to function through this. Um, he went back to school. Grades immediately went up. So good for that until the day he did not eat any breakfast one morning, and he used the words headache and stomach ache, and then it was like, he got COVID, go back home. Just like that. I could not believe
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I can see that because I'm a person who have bounce around. There's times when I be home. A lot of times I'm like at the coffee shop, at the library. Everybody have different personalities. There's some people that stay in the house all day and be there. There's others where they have to get out. And so another thing, I feel like part of this whole thing was like a social experiment. Like what happens when you take away a person's day to day? You know what I'm saying? What happens when you have to just stay home and everything has to be done, online? And it was fighting depression. I
Yeah.
don't know about the suicide part. There's definitely in depression because we need that social interaction.
Yeah.
And so I can see that. I've also talked to coworkers where they were like their kids like struggling because they had to stay home and they rather play video games all day or they rather
I'm
sleep all
sorry.
That's
day.
that's his that's his that's his
I'm
addiction.
sorry,
That's it.
ladies. Okay. Moon Rain. They have this message. Kathye, I wish you were in government office here in the United States. I tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a chance when I get better. I'll be coming to running for office. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
Praying.
coming up to run for office. Trust me, because I think that really I would run for office because I think that there is so many little things that I think that when everybody is in, win the thing and everything is going on, they forget the little details and the people. I mean, the everyday people, because they're only thinking about who. And honestly, I will run for office. I swear to God, because I think that people like us will change because everyone is like, okay, so they're thinking about the big things, but you have to start from the basis. You got to know the basics. You got to start from the basics. And once you
Right.
start from the basics, I mean, I'd have you three women supporting me running for office in America. So, America, wait for me. I'm coming. I will definitely run for office. I'm so serious. It is sad. The
Mm,
poverty, yeah, is a man and a made social
Yeah,
construct. And
definitely.
that is so
Definitely.
true, ladies and gentlemen. No, really, this
Definitely.
is so true because when I'm thinking about America is the most powerless country, we need each other to start helping each other. And I think, we have made history, and a lot of Black people should be very proud of what happened in the week. We have made history. And, I hope the family of, what's his name, have some sort of a peace in his heart. And I know you guys have a long way to go, but
mm.
I'm seeing changes. I don't know if a lot of Black people are seeing that, but I am seeing changes because with that happening, it is giving a lot of changes, and it's just showing that things are going to be changing. And I can see it also the changes in Holland, because I remember when I came to Holland and I went to the concert gebouw in Amsterdam. My mother-in-law likes to go one time per year, and I was the only Black person. I was the only Black person in that concert gebouw. I grew up in New York. No, I'm serious. I grew up in New York, and they always just look at me as if, woo, we have a little alien here. But yeah, I was the only Black person. And things are changing now because in Holland there's black people in commercial, and that is good. So I mean, Holland was way far further than America. Holland does very well, and in Holland, if you are racially discriminated against, they can pay a fine too. But I mean, Holland has been climbing the ladder for a long time and is having like racial kids, black and white kids, in order to change the way that kids and people are treated. But seriously, I think what happened in the week, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing what happened in the week. And I hope that a lot of people are at peace with this. And I think that this is the first changes that we're going to be seeing. And I don't do politics, but I was listening to a speech of Biden, and sincerely, he wants to make changes for Black people, and that is good. So that is one of the things that I really, really wanted to touch on. How did you feel about that, Peechez? Is it like a relief to you?
Um, uh, I think for me personally, it's still, and just so I'm clear, you're referring to the verdict that we got this week with
Yeah, 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 yeah. The verdict. Yeah, sorry, the verdict.
okay. Um, I think it's still a little early. I was glad to see that. I was still a little confused though, as far as the charges were mentioned. One of them in particular, unintentional. And I'm like, well, I don't know, and so it's like when it's such the deepest mind games to me that can be played, especially with the law, because it is a different language, and they can get so savvy with the terms that are in the law and the charges. And I don't believe I've ever heard of unintentional murder. I think I have heard of manslaughter, where that's
Slaughter. Yeah,
unintentional, but something happened and somebody died, but it was not just blatant. And so it's like, to me, in that particular situation, it was more blatant, especially for somebody who is trained. You should know what it takes to take a life. If
yeah,
you are dealing with lives
yeah,
and you have the capability to take a life in
yeah,
the name of the training. And so for me, it's still early. I need to see, and for me, it doesn't need to be so isolated, because they're still isolated,
yeah.
where we get these little victories every blue moon. It's like they're trickling it out. For me, I would need to see an overall change from the government level down through police departments and how they are policed. I've heard that other countries, their police don't even carry guns.
No, we don't carry
You
guns.
know,
We carry pepper spray. Yeah, we don't carry guns. No.
so
Yeah.
that to me
So,
says a lot. Don't get me wrong. I do realize that
oh
countries
no,
are
oh no,
different.
I do
I
understand, and this
realize
is
that
why we
there is
have
a
these
black market.
programs.
I know that it's a treacherous world out there. Don't get me wrong, because the black market exists and all these underworld situations exist where people can easily get guns. However, did y'all hear about the new law that was passed that now you don't even need a license
To
to
get a gun?
carry a gun?
Woo! Yes, America.
Which why I'm
Yeah, yeah.
going
I'm sorry,
second.
ladies
So
and
to
gentlemen.
me, to
I
me,
support gun. I support gun. I don't want it in my house, but I do support guns because I
I
think that
do.
when you trespass on my property, I'm shooting you. I'm sorry, okay? Because you have no right to
Yeah.
be on my property. But I
Right,
think we need to do
uninvited.
a control.
Somebody who's uninvited on your property. You don't know what the intentions are these days,
Exactly.
and It's and it's scary because it's like, I'm thinking, to me, that's turning up the ratchet. That's turning up the,
Exactly.
like, it's like,
Exactly.
whoa, who is thinking of this stuff? I don't know. But I feel like it's mind games, psychological games are being played, like I said, with the type of charges that they create. And it's like, when you look at the context of what happened, and I'm only referring to this situation, but most of the situations, they're the same. They're really starting to mirror each other, where you have
Exactly.
somebody who is
Exactly. Yes.
unarmed that ends up dead. A lot of
Yeah.
times you have them
Exactly.
unarmed, complying, and still ending up dead. A lot of these stories are sounding the same. So for me, I'm expecting a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot. I'm expecting
Yeah.
a lot more as
Yeah.
far as what is the federal government doing on their part. I don't mean these little bitty victories that are trickled out to us and we get so excited. We get so happy. And it's like, hate to put salt on it, but it's the facts. The very
Yeah.
same day, another black child was killed. The
Yeah,
Yeah.
gunned
same
down.
day.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, it's, and also I do feel like it is a part of the media,
Yeah.
because I noticed that there was a time where every story, every time you turn on something, this black person was killed today by the police. But
Yeah.
then I remember a little bit of a time, and I want to say it was around the riots last year, where you were not hearing those stories all the time. And it makes a difference when it's steady being put out there. You don't have a chance to grieve. You crying over this one story, and here go to the
And then
next one.
here comes
It's
another
a
story.
lot.
Yeah.
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 It's
Like
a
it's like
lot.
Yeah.
it's a never ending story.
Mhm.
Yes, they're never
Yeah.
ending stories. And the never ending
Mhm.
stories are, where you don't hear is these people are fully prosecuted, and I mean with real charges. I'm talking about first degree murder, period, point blank. All this, or maybe even second degree, because from my understanding of the laws, first degree murder is
Mhm.
normally where the person sat down,
Mhm.
plotted it out,
Mhm.
and executed it. I realize that with these police situations, no, they don't have a chance to plan it out, but it's your mentality. It's the mentality you're walking around with towards these group of people
Yeah.
that, to me, says, no, you are planning on it. Yes, you
Yeah.
are. Especially
Yeah.
when it's not a fight, it wasn't a chase, this wasn't a highly dangerous person, and you just down on his knee. You show, that arrogance,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
Right.
arrogance. You even got your hands in your pocket. You're arrogant. You're arrogant. So that's to me, that says that is the kind of person that is walking the streets in general.
Yeah.
Okay, in
Hmm.
general, for all of these stories to come out, this is a general. And if we really want to go there, look at the history of how the police came. It was slave catchers first, and they evolved with money. They evolved with technology. They evolved with the evolving cities. And
Mhm.
I just need to see more from the federal government. I'm calling y'all out. I need to see more from their end on the overall rules, procedures, training,
Right.
all of those
Mhm.
things for every police
Mhm.
department, all of them across the board. Period.
Yeah.
Um, I,
Yeah.
I'm grateful. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't get too excited with these one little victories that we get
Yeah.
once every 6 months.
Yeah.
We get one victory out of 25, every 25 cases. That's not enough for me. No, it's not enough at
Uh,
all. Not enough. Nope.
I totally
So I'm
agree.
glad for that
Yeah.
victory, kinda,
Mhm.
because when I heard the unintentional, it's like, well, who brought it? Who thought of that charge? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the
Yeah.
video?
Yeah.
Did y'all see the video? Who said unintentional? Did y'all watch the video? Did they see the same video we saw? Unintentional. I had never heard of that. And then it's like, me and my lower self is like, oh, well, let me unintentionally kill somebody. What the hell? I never heard of that. And again, like I said, with the laws and the language,
Yeah.
they just can pull a rabbit out the sky. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
black people, have we ever been charged with unintentional murder? I've
No,
never heard of
it's
that
always
charge
murder.
before.
I
Where
know
did
that's
that
in
charge
It's
Peechez.
come
always
from?
murder. It's always murder. It's never
Was this already
unintentional.
on the books?
When you look at
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson, it's never unintentional murder. It's always.
Thank
But
you.
I do. And Peaches, I really do appreciate you so much. And I know I wanted to bring you guys on because of all of this. I haven't discussed it with my cousins, and I it was in the middle of the night Wednesday because we have like a little family group on my phone, and they told me the verdict, and I had just, like that little child inside, yippee,
Yes, yes. When you
finally,
first hear, you like,
I had,
oh,
I had
thank
that,
you.
and yeah, yeah, it was really that little child in you, like, yes, it was
Yeah,
like having a piece of cheesecake, that's my favorite
right.
thing. I mean, when I'm looking for my happiness, it's a piece of cheesecake, and I'm going to take a lactose tablets afterwards or before, and I have my little piece of cheesecake, and that is my pleasure of a moment. And that was what I have. It was like 1 o'clock in the night here, when I got it, and I wanted to really do this with you guys today because I think I live here, which is much different, and of course, what happened in America, it affects Holland. Okay, and I was looking because they were even having Black Life Does Matter in Holland. But I think the thing that we have in Holland, which congratulations, we have a black woman now in Parliament in Holland, which is just so
Yeah.
very good. Oh yes, oh yes,
So,
yes,
Kathy.
yes.
So, one thing I totally agree with Peaches, and it's challenging. And of course, she's really hitting the nail on the head. That was one thing that I want to say. I agree. I'm not gonna let a little victory just dismiss a bigger problem. And I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, we might got this birth or whatever, but in the back of my mind, they not crazy. They knew they had to convict that man because Minneapolis was gonna be the burnt spot in the middle. Like my friend told me, we would burn that down. We would have down, and it's one of those things. That's why I don't get caught up in the whole black representation stuff. I feel like that is you see black people in the commercial all be we're not being progressive when there's still laws and policies that are against us. And so
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's, and I'll give you a perfect like you're in a marriage, right? And he is so abusive to you, but y'all take pictures, y'all looking happy, got a wedding ring, yeah, that representation will have you to think that everything is good, but not true. And so that's why I challenge, more of us as black people, especially in the climate of America, to think more critically about things so that we can stop being finessed. Because at the end of the day, can you hear me?
yeah, that is much better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it's not about just being seen as black people. We always been seen. It's about us being treated as humans. It's about us having true civil rights. And as Anna pointed out, hey, we got the George Floyd verdict, but at the end of the day, Joe Biden even with Ice Cube, who had a whole policy about to care like people, the Asian community, they got anti-Asian hate laws and they got paid. So here it is,
Peaches,
you're not gonna see an Asian person saying no, like this real stuff, because you're not gonna see an Asian person saying, oh well, they're putting this on commercials now. We really be no, that is not gonna happen. And so it's time for us to stop getting the short end of the stick. It's really so I agree totally with people. I agree that the verdict was good, but that is nothing to really celebrate when you think about what he says. We don't let that celebration cloud the work that needs to do to really clear bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that point. That was a really beautiful point. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, I would like to address this
hold on.
comment here with.
Take your headsets totally out. I think there's.
Okay, what about now?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's good.
Okay,
Perfect.
so I'd like to address this comment from Inner Taurus. Could you talk about you said that Biden wants to help black souls. Did you say that? I missed that. Missed that
Black.
part.
Yeah,
Did you say
I saw a video. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he said it
Mhm.
is a start. This is just when they won. He said this is just a start for black people, something like that. He's going to be start making changes for black people. So I got that video. I got it on the news here, or
Okay.
yeah. So that was what he said. I was surprised that he said that. So I guess
I just hope that it's authentic and real, and that you're not just trying to, oh, let me shed a
get
little
votes.
sympathy while I'm on camera, for the moment. I just hope that it is, and
Right.
I hope it's gonna come sooner than later, because
Yeah.
we're dying by
To
the
be
hour, baby.
honest, getting
So
track
speed it
record,
up,
no
Mr. Joe.
ma'am.
Speed it up, Mr. Joe. We
Getting a
dying
track record
quick.
is all for show. I
We have had too many deaths like this, and it's the deaths, and for me, it's the totally walking away, no charges, no this, no that, and even the cases that don't involve officers. Some of these cases, like Zimmerman, just some random white dude. Oh, let me shoot somebody because I don't like your vibes and energy. Well, I don't like yours either. Can I get the unintentional murder charge? Probably not. I want to see more accountability. Like my girl Taraji P. Henson said, accountability. You took a life. You took
Yeah.
a life. And like I
Yeah.
said, every situation you do need to look at the context. Was this some crazed person running around with a trunk full of guns, and a lot of lives were at stake here, and you had to take him out? Was this a serial killer on the loose?
No,
Or,
no. It was just someone
these
who had. It was
situations.
a fake dollar, fake money he had. What was that exactly? Because I just get
Oh, it
very.
was supposedly he passed maybe a fake $20 bill.
Yeah, and that's a petty crime if you ask me,
Right,
because
that's
I
a
think there
petty
is more
crime, a
murder,
$20 bill. However, no,
serial
actually,
killers.
it's not a petty crime. Passing fake money is a federal charge.
It is a federal
Um,
charge, but what I mean
if
by
you
it's
are
not a
found
murder.
guilty
It's not.
first,
Yeah, I
right,
know
and
it's.
passing a fake 20, and I mean, the US can keep it real. They all fake. They just got a
Yeah,
printer,
but
y'all.
where did
Come
the
on,
fake
it's just a
20
printer.
comes from? He could not have a fake 20 if someone from an eye above them gives him the fake 20. Okay? So,
Right,
I do
exactly.
understand that.
Right. How do you know he didn't just leave the bank with the fake 20, or
With a
got it
fake 20.
in the school?
Exactly.
So, but
That's so
again,
the
it
thing.
goes back to the mind frame. We
Okay.
already guilty.
Yeah.
That's how they view us. They view us as guilty animals. Just these long history of negative connotations that are taught about us. From the beginning, when they had our people over here, it was against the law. And I made a post about this on my Facebook. It used to be against the law for us to read and write and learn. Now it's against the law not to. You can go to jail if your child doesn't go to school. I'm like, y'all, this is a mind game. This is
Yes.
a mind game. This is some
Yeah.
psychological warfare. You cannot win for losing. At that point, and then when they did pass the law, what happened? We had to go to court and fight to go to college. Like, who is coming up with this stuff? It is a never ending battle. It's a
yeah,
never ending
Yeah.
battle,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree with
because
you
it's a
totally.
constant
I
psychological
agree with you
change.
totally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constant
I told
psychological
you,
change,
Anna.
and we got
Anna
to
is
get
over
off
here
the little rat
tearing
race.
it up.
We need to
Okay.
get off the
Yes.
rat
She
race.
says, hold on. She says, our people never get to use any excuses.
No,
No,
no.
no. We
That's
can't
and
say
that's
we were
true.
scared.
You know,
And now,
yesterday,
go ahead,
yesterday I
go
was
ahead.
having a conversation with someone who's black, and she said something that really stood out. She said, in the case of the George Floyd, she said, everybody talked about all the drugs that was in his system that has been proven to be able to constrict your airways.
That's not true.
And okay, one, okay, but also two, say that that's true. Say he has those drugs in his system. What gives the right that police officer to put his knee
On the
on
person's
someone's
neck,
neck?
yeah. Not
On the
even
neck,
in
you know
his
what I'm
back, but in his neck. Yeah.
saying? And also too, one of those things where it's like, well, we didn't see what happened before. We saw that he was getting pulled out of the car. Well, let me not say pulled, but we saw him, get stuff like, what did you need to see before and decide what happened after? I'm Peechez and is up here tearing it up. Hey girl, I'm giving you a special shout out, girl. It's one of the things, it's not even that we never to use any excuses. It's that we're in continual sociopathic relationship with white America. Like we're in an abusive
We, I said
narcissistic
that we are in an
relationship
abusive
with a
relationship and we
sociopathic
are being
enemy.
stalked
Like
and they
it's
won't go away and we can't call
it's
nobody.
really bad. It's
Who do
really
you call on the
bad.
government?
It's
Who
really
do you
bad.
call on the
And so
police?
yeah, it's really
Hello, the
bad.
police murdering
Like
us. Who can we call? Hello,
The
hello.
Ghostbusters!
Like,
it's
hello, who do you
and the
call on the
thing,
police?
The
yes,
Ghostbusters!
Yes,
it
you
really
gotta call
is.
somebody
The
because
I
Ghostbusters!
yeah,
they
I
won't go
agree with
away.
Denise.
The
I agree.
Ghostbusters!
I agree with Denise. A lot of this is indoctrination. And so, I do believe this part of spiritual warfare. It has manifested in the physical, but it is a spiritual thing. It is an emotional, a mental thing. And so, what I always ask is, okay, we know what happened, but how do we get over this? How do we get over this hump? What do we do? We just change laws, do this, do
It
that.
starts
But
with
the
them.
thing is, it starts
That's
with
my
you.
answer. It starts with
So,
them
and this is
because at
the
this point, we have prayed, we have let freedom ring, we have marched, we have gone to church, we have kept the faith, we have voted. We have voted our hearts away. Okay, we have put the people in
yeah,
office
March.
that's gonna
I
change
was
it. Al Sharpton is finna retire soon. He can't do nothing else. Ain't nothing we have done worked. Okay, nothing except when we lit the torches and burnt that shit down. So sorry, I don't condone violence, but it's already violent.
yeah, I
It's already violent.
like
Who bringing the violence to the table? It's them. It's not. It's not us.
at the end of the day, exactly at the end of the
That's one.
day, you have to
I'm
know.
up to here. I'm not hearing nothing else. I'm up here. I'm just the U.S. got. If they call me, if Mr. Biden calls me, I'm gonna lay it down. What needs to happen? Change the black and white, sir. Change the
To be
legalese,
honest with you,
sir.
to be
Put it
honest with
in writing.
you, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that because to be honest with you,
I'm
I
spraying
do
my good
like
energy
you,
elixir. I got him. I love this. I'm addicted to it. Y'all, I'm over here. Y'all know I'm a fire sign. I'm over here on fire. I really feel myself like, don't call me Mr. Biden. Don't call Peechez. Probably want to call my cousin. You'll probably get a better response. Don't call me Mr. Biden. Y'all don't want to hear what I have to say. I'm trying to contain it in this, but it's that fire is just like, but we're on the show. We want to be nice to the audience. Oh, but I'm on fire. I can't believe I can't see the smoke this slowly.
Oh,
They
oh
got
boy.
something. And like she said, the Asians come out in 2 weeks and get something. The Asians, I love the Asians. I don't have no problem with y'all, but they get some act right in 30 days. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Tired. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm so sorry.
Peaches,
I'm
I
so for
really
real
miss
though.
you. Whatever you're not there. I mean, Peaches, but it's the truth. You know, we gotta face this, and I'm sure Majestic Eye Princess is very surprised that I'm doing the subject because she knows I'm
I
really.
am. I was not expecting this because y'all should have poured. Kathy, you should have told me so I could be like, okay.
Honey,
I
I
probably would
never
have
asked
probably would have
Majestic Eye
meditated
Princess.
first
No, no,
before.
no. I never have anything on paper. If you look at my screen, it's about keeping it real. It's about,
Yeah,
really speaking about the things that is really affecting us and our opinion and giving our opinion out. And this is what this intergalactic thing is all about. It's all about we
but I
really
love
speaking
this
about the things.
conversation. I really it's opening up, like you said, it's going there. We going there talking about the touchy subjects that are not easy to talk about. So I
And
like it.
that's what I
I
want
like
to
it.
do. That's where I'm going. I want to touch the subject that no one wants to talk about. Okay, that is
Yeah.
what this platform is for. And this is why I'm looking for really um, people like, just to speak about the things that is happening to you that, you can express yourself. It's about expressing yourself. What's that, Peaches?
This
Okay,
is
Lo,
crazy.
thank you for my first time here. Thank you for sharing. Okay, you're welcome, honey. What's that, Peaches? Are you gonna burn your scents, girl? Looks like a weed when you started. I was
Yes.
thinking you're just hitting up a big chalice there.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm finna
All
light my
right, so
frankincense. Keep the
what
good
have we
vibes
learned?
going.
You
Okay. I actually have to go. Because I have an engagement, but as usual, it's always amazing being able to do a live. Thank you for allowing us to exercise our throat chakra and just being able to really express the opinions and things, and sometimes not even just opinions, but like facts because they don't navigate in the skin they're in. So I just really want to say thank you. So I will be on the next live. And
yes,
also I just want to
yes.
say for anyone commented, thank you so much for your comments and helping us to interact with y'all, and also to just as well, I'm helping y'all to express that you want to express the opinion on the topic that we're discussing at the point. So I hope everyone have a great week. I'm out.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yes, I have to
Okay, my
go.
darling. All right.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go for thank you, my darling. I will
Good
speak
to
to
see you,
you.
girl. Yes, we will
Yeah,
talk
I'll
Yes.
soon.
speak to you. Love you, love you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Love
Love you
talk to you
you.
too.
later.
Enjoy the rest of your
All right.
Sunday.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Likewise to
All
you.
right.
All right.
Okay,
Bye.
love you, darling. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I just so love her. So Peaches, no, but
All
Peaches,
right.
that's the whole idea because I've been trying to reach out to, but I have been having some sort of a health issue, and I'm doing this like, and it's about points, and we're touching the points that people do not want to talk about. We're touching the points that people is afraid to talk about. People just want to put it underneath the carpet and blush it away and flush it
That
away.
carpet is, touching the sky now, though. It's like, how can you keep doing that? We have
And
to
that's
stand strong. We have to stand strong. It hurts. I think a lot of people probably are tired of hurting. I know I am. And it's like when you're just one person, you may feel helpless, or what can I do alone on my own, and things like that. But we cannot just keep sweeping it under the rug. And then what if it's you one day? What if it's your family member one day? What if
Yeah.
it's somebody you love and respect one day?
Yeah.
Then, then are you, it's like, it's just, I love the quote Martin Luther King Jr. Said, if justice in one place is injustice, not justice, injustice here
In one
is
place. Yeah.
injustice everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not right. Even in other countries, the US is not the only place where people of color are targeted. It's not only Black people. I do understand that. Especially our Pakistani family and those people, that culture, especially in the US. And I think a lot of it is just the US, period. The US has a history of not liking immigrants. They did
But
not like immigrants. The
all of Americans
Europeans.
are immigrant. But all of
Right, but
Americans
it's
are
like y'all
immigrant, and
aren't
this
from
is
here either.
but all but all from the Native Americans. Americans, we are all immigrants. We are all immigrants. America was built. North America was built from immigrants. I mean,
Yes, it was on the
there
backs.
was only the Indians, which is the Mexican and the native Indians, but for the rest of us, we were all imported from one place to another. So
Yep,
America is based, if even you were born, it's not your father's country. It is the country of
exactly,
immigrants. So we are all immigrants. This is our
exactly.
father's country, which is all immigrants. And I think that a lot of people needs to understand that because thousands of people become United States citizen, and that means you relinquish your country citizenship in order to
Hmm.
become a citizen. And as you become a citizen, you were taught to protect the borders of the United States of America. And
Hmm.
wherever I go and wherever I am always doing that. So I think that and it's a lot of things where with sports, everybody, the Black people do good, and by the time you reach home, it's a different story and that sort of a thing. And I think that I see changes coming in. It's coming in slowly, but at least it is coming in, and I do really understand because you were born and bred in America, and
Hmm.
you have and is feeling this from ever since you were a child, and I think that that
Hmm.
is why you have this platform to, because a lot of people like you have not voiced their self and can't and never get the chance to voice themselves. And Peaches, and this is why there is just something about you. You have been following me for years, and when I
Yes,
recognize who
yes.
you were, I mean, my heart is like, I have to do something with Peaches. I have to really work with Peaches, because the thing about it is that you and your family has been one of these people who really have been going through, and a whole lot of families in America, because I was surprised to recognize that a whole lot of family are having it so hard, especially with this COVID. And
Hmm.
this is a program to advise people of what is coming up, because like the gun thing, I didn't even know that they changed the gun law. But is it for
Hmm.
America, the all America, all states in America, or is it just for Texas?
If I'm not mistaken, it is for US wide, but I can double check that. I don't like misquoting, especially a law. Um, but this just happened 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, really recent. And a lot of people were like, what in the world? Why would you do that? Especially when you still have the mass shootings that's going on and things like that. And it's like, wow, y'all are gonna just make it, easy, just so easy. Um, I think it's probably harder to buy a home than it is
Then
to
then
get a
getting a
gun.
gun. Yeah.
And that's crazy. You have all this red tape that you have to do to purchase a home, a dwelling, somewhere to live, versus to get a weapon that can kill people. That to me just says a lot. So it's just, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 1980 on the dot. Uh, and yes, in my just turned 41 years of living, I have been seeing this since I was a child.
Yeah.
And it's traumatizing. It is traumatizing. It carries the trauma on from one generation to the next, because when I was a kid, it was Rodney King. But when my mother was a child or a young adult, it was Emmett Till. It's like we have all these, ain't no telling how many stories now. We may have reached the millions with these stories of people just absolutely dying for no reason, no real concrete reason. They were not causing any harm. Just these same stories are just they are just in droves at this point in 2021, and it's still happening daily, maybe even hourly, because when you think about, the police don't stop working. They are a 24/7 operation. And people live every day, all the time. You never know. Now it's happening at people's homes, like the young lady that was killed here in my area in Fort Worth. I was almost about to say her name. It's gonna come to me in a second, but somebody, I think it was something like her door was open for a long time, a lot of hours, a window, something. A neighbor got concerned and called the police a welfare check. People, nobody should die during a welfare check, especially the residents. How does that happen? She's in her home living, and they get, I guess, scared. And the first response is to always shoot. It's never
Without
the taser. It's never what happened to the Billy Club thing. Like, they don't even use that anymore. It is always to shoot. That is scary. A child was right there, her nephew. They had been playing a video game. This is crazy. How do you that and the other young lady, Breonna Taylor, they're at the wrong house
yeah.
serving a warrant, and she gets killed. And again, and it's no accountability. They don't even admit to it was an accident. This is grossly terrible. We are so sorry to the family. They don't even say that much. It's like an immediate, they contact the lawyers, and they contact the because who is the department that decide, the grand jury. The grand jury, they're the ones that decides, has a crime been committed or not, and should this go to the court. And almost every time it's kind of like they're working hand in hand. It's like the police and the grand jury are on the same team. We, the citizens, are not. We're not in their area. We're not in that field. And so it's like, if they were prosecuted every single time, the police department would be broke. They would not have any money because they would lose every case. And so I feel like it's about the money. It's about, well, we're the police department. The grand jury, shouldn't allow all these droves of cases coming in. Just imagine how that would look if every case that truly needs to be prosecuted was prosecuted. There would be so many wealthy families out there,
Yeah.
because they would lose, and they know that. And so I feel like at this point, it's just a big scheme. It's a cover up. Um, it's kind of like the authority. Who's going to govern the authority? Who's going to govern those in the control and power to make sure that the power is handled properly and not grossly misused and
Yeah.
abused? Because at this
Yeah.
point, it's not misused. At this point, it's a joke at this point. So,
Yeah. No, that's
Like
no.
I
I
said,
agree with you
for
totally.
me,
I really
and my
agree with
preference,
you
I need to
totally.
see the federal. I want to see on a federal, fully nationwide, US
Yeah.
wide
Mm-hmm.
changes with the laws and policing and how they police, the training, the full 9 yards. There need to be new
Mm-hmm.
laws implemented. But like I said, the tricky thing is that the law is a totally different language, just like the case in Florida with Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. You can say that you're scared,
Yeah.
and that can be it.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
it's
No,
it's
that's
kind of
true.
like you don't really, the law itself, it's like who's pushing the laws, who's behind them, is the question. And you can vote all you want to. Um, Me myself, I have just lost a lot of faith in the whole voting system. Things are getting hacked, and you don't know, is the person truly winning, and it's just so much. It's just so much, Kathye. It's a rabbit hole, I feel like, with the government and all of the corruption, the level of corruption that is really, really, truly going on. I bet people would be absolutely baffled, because some people out there still really have faith in the government, even after the circus that we witnessed with the election and even before that. To me, at this point, it is a circus. I refer to them as Love and Hip Hop Washington.
I do love on hip hop. All right, so we have Moon Ray. As you know, KK has been tracked by the FBI for decades, infiltrating law enforcement, the judicial system, and politics seats.
I believe that. I believe that because how else are these people, employed, that have so much of the same mind frame? And it makes sense to me, the KKK, because um, we have seen proof of KKK members being in the political ranks. Governors, even presidents, have had a KKK background but end up in office. And to me, that is scary because clearly you are going to be extremely biased. The KKK has a very violent history. I think now they've just gotten more savvy over the years. No, they don't burst in your home anymore and set your home on fire like they did in the 60s. They don't do that anymore. But now they can just kill us on the street, no charges, no nothing. You don't even have to get a lawyer. They don't even have to get to a lawyer, Kathye. That is scary. And like I said, I feel like the police, the grand jury, all of these um, positions that are in place, they're all in the same
Yeah,
department.
yeah,
Who's
yeah,
going to govern them to make sure that real cases get prosecuted that really truly need to be prosecuted?
yeah,
And like the comment came, I can't see the name, but like they said, it's infiltrated. It's
yeah.
infiltrated. I strongly feel like that J. Edgar Hoover had maybe some connection to KKK. He was extremely racist, but he was the director of the FBI. That's the top rank. That's damn near like the president to me. That's a lot of power. It oh.
I know. It's
We
just
can
a
go on
lot.
this forever. I can
Yeah.
go on this forever and ever. It is um I feel like the US was born this way, and that's why it's still this way today. It was
And do you
born.
ever think that there will be changes and equality between colors? It's like I was doing a survey and it was very funny. I'm gonna read the survey. Maybe Maybe you have the
Okay.
survey, but I'm going to read the survey, which was quite funny. And I basically, I was thinking, oh my God, I can't believe it. But the survey has was weird, and it goes, hold on, let me look for the survey. It was, the question that was asked was just a little strange, and I stopped doing surveys because I find that I stopped giving my meaning on things, but I am standing up for people and the equality of things. But this was like a very strange, the question that was asked on the survey was just absolutely strange. And I can imagine that, yeah, there is, and we are having like the LBGTQ community. And that was like one of the question on the survey, are you a part of the LBGTQ community? And, you're as old as I am, but I mean, when we were growing up, it was just a group of people, we didn't have the LBGT, and, we are happy for them. But my question is that, what do you think about these questions? Because it was, which of the following, yeah, do you, the main leader identity as a member of the LGBTQ plus community. Uh, do you find it to be something that should be in a questionnaire?
Are you a member of the LGBTQ?
Yeah,
Should that be in a questionnaire? What type of questionnaire? What is it?
yeah,
Maybe depending on, but it's really like that's kind of invasive.
yeah.
Um, kind of to me, that's sharing your personal choice that
Mm-hmm.
you could be judged by.
Exactly.
I don't see too many places that should be put on there
Asking about
unless
that.
I don't know a reason because you shouldn't it's very very limited on why should I expose who I
I
sleep with or
am.
what I
Yeah,
do with my life in a
yeah,
sexual preference.
yeah.
That is not really, that has nothing to do with jobs, that has nothing to do with buying a house. I don't really know where that type of question would fit in anywhere.
And the
Um
other one was, do you or the main leader identify as a transgender? I think
no,
that
don't do that.
that
No.
is kind.
No. Do you But see, okay, with the transgender question, my only concern would be because, like, with the public restroom laws,
Yeah.
that to me is maybe a little concerning because if you have a gentleman that chooses to dress and identify himself to the public as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go attempt to go in the women's restroom where there could be little girls, or just women period, and then you're in a public restroom, that to me it does get a little fuzzy, um just because it's almost like it's kind of in a way deceitful,
Yeah.
because me as a woman, and I'm only speaking for me, some women may not care, but as a woman, I would not want to be in the restroom with my little girl and a man is in there as well just because he's dressed as a woman. You're not truly a woman, sir. I'm gonna say sir because we're in the bed. You're not truly a woman, and to me that gets a little too, I would feel uncomfortable if I were. So to me that could be just maybe the only situation is when it comes down to public bathrooms and places
Mm-hmm.
like that. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, I don't really see too many places where that should come up. Unless you're going to, like I said, unless it's a thing with, when you're in an intimate situation, like being in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
that's a little different. Or, I don't know how men would feel if a woman, a natural born woman who appears looking like a man, I don't know how the men would feel if she was in their public restroom. Don't know. Maybe the men would not be intimidated or feel uncomfortable. But for a woman, that's kind of different. That's kind of different, because naturally you are a man. And especially some of the men, I'm not trying to be funny, but some of the men have on a dress and have a full beard. No, 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 no. We get, I don't know. That's real tricky. That's really tricky to me. But I just had to share my concerns as a woman and who has a little 8-year-old girl. I don't want
Yeah,
her
yeah,
coming across a man,
yeah.
or when
No,
she
no,
gets
yeah.
older and
That's
she
a
goes in the
touchy.
restroom
Yeah,
alone
that's
and
a
she
touch
comes
and
out.
go.
There
Yeah,
was a man in there dressed like a woman. I would be about to fall out because you're naturally still a man. You're
yeah.
naturally still a man, and here's my little girl in here with you in the
Don't
restroom.
understand what is going on. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
tricky.
Because
That's
a
tricky.
child doesn't understand that.
Yes,
So I do understand that. But
you might be at the sink
I
washing
think
your hands, and he over with a deep voice, "Hello," with a dress on. It's like, oh my god, that is like. Me as a woman, maybe I could handle it because I'm an adult
yeah,
and
yeah,
I could
yeah.
halfway
But for
kind
a
of defend
child, I
myself.
think that's
But
yeah,
yeah, for a 12 or 13-year-old girl who may not go in there with her mother, that might be kind of crazy feeling for the
yeah,
kid.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
would just be
Because
my concern. Yeah.
no, that is true because then you can have pedophile dressing up like a woman also, and that is one of the things that I think so the question was I'm wondering if this is going to be a part of our questioning that is going to be coming up because the future is going to be changed and we have to respect people for who they are. But I'm thinking like with a situation with a public bathroom and the LBGT, I'd love to interview to know what is the LBGT, but because I know it's a lesbian, gay, but for the rest that is going down the line, I don't really understand.
Yes, a lot of letters was added on
Yeah, and
later.
yeah, there's a lot of letters, and the future is changing, and
Right.
we have to accept everyone. But the point is
Right.
that I would like to have a more breakdown of who, because I know gays and lesbian, and I know transvestite.
Mhm.
But I would like to go deeper to find out because I do understand. Because I have a transvestite guy friend, and he was a man all the years, and he changes. He has a vagina now, and he just done his face the other day, and he's looking more softer like a lady, and his hair is just gorgeous. I do understand that, but I have to have a question to ask him. No, but he has a vagina now, so yeah, he goes to the woman's bathroom because, and that's a serious case. And a lot of people just think, how can you just see it normal? I see it normal because I can imagine you are trapped in a body that you don't feel. But I'm thinking for kids, this has to be something. Let the kids go through their innocence as a child, and then when they're older you can reveal this, and I think that that is very important,
Yes, it is
and this
because I feel like things can change. Things can change,
yes,
and I feel like my personal opinion. I feel like you should be an adult age. I feel like legally, you should be a certain age, kind of like how you have to be legally 21 to consume alcohol because it can lead to something more down the line. And plus, you can be impaired. And so
yeah,
you need to be an adult to make an adult decision. And I feel like a child, I feel like legally you should be at least maybe at 25 before you're able to have surgery and physically change stuff and things like that. I actually saw an article that talked about the young adults that
Yeah.
had surgeries and had like real changes. Like you say, your friend, doesn't even have male genitalia anymore, things like
No,
that, and they
he took
want
it
to go
off.
back.
Yeah,
Their
he took it
article was
off.
saying it's a lot of young adults that want to go back. They don't feel the same way. They
Yeah,
change their minds, things like that. And a lot of them are becoming depressed
yeah.
because they've had these big expensive surgeries. Things didn't pan out, how
They're in
they
debt,
thought it was
and
going
yeah,
to, and
yeah,
then they're feeling trapped again in another
yeah.
body that they
Exactly.
don't want to be in. So that is too serious. Those are
It's
very
a very
serious
serious
changes.
case if you
And I
think
don't
about
feel
it.
like a 15-year-old or even 18, because just your life experience is so limited at that point. You don't have any experience. You don't have the maturity to understand changes. I am not the same woman at 25 that I
No,
am at 41. So
true.
even at 25, you may feel different when you're 40. And it is very, I feel like it should be a law. If you're gonna have laws, I feel like it should be a law for that. As far as surgeries are concerned, you putting on the clothes and things, that's one thing. Clothes
It's
are
good.
entertaining.
But
But when you're
surgery,
talking
like
about a surgery,
at
you should
40,
be of age.
40,
Yes.
40, when you are, yes, I
Yes.
feel like I want to do
And I
that.
was trying to be nice at 25, because
Yeah, no,
if
I
you have
think
to be 40, that's pretty
40
much
is
maybe you
good.
live that life that so I'm
Yeah.
thinking, but at least on the minimum, a young adult
Mm-hmm.
before you can legally do that
I make
part.
that change. Yeah, I think 40 is a good because the person I know, he was married, he had his kids, and when he came to 50, 60, he started to do the transition. And when I was in America, he did the vagina because I came back and he said, "Oh, I have the vagina." I go to the same thing.
Celebration.
And he's happy, and
Right. I
he
can
just
I can
is, yeah,
understand. Yeah.
and I am so happy. And his hair is just so bouncy and I mean gorgeous. But he have his vagina, and he tells me everything how it works. And that sort of a thing. And I think I really appreciate that because he's 60, he's over 60, he made the transition, he is happy with himself, and I do support, yes, yeah, he had
Oh,
to go through
60.
psychological, and yeah, and I tell you, she looks good because Zeke knows her. We were at a party and I make a photo and I said, Zeke, look at the. So Zeke knows her, yeah, and she wears her dress and she looks gorgeous. And I have nothing against these people. My thing is just that before you decide to make the decision, and don't create a lot of debts by making the surgery, it didn't work out, you want to change back, I would say just dress in your dress and leave
Yeah.
the system until it comes out. Another point I want to touch on, because I don't know if you saw that on what's her name, what's her name again, oh, Wendy, the lady who went to Turkey to get to do some sort of a work on her body, and she went back to the States and ended up in a hospital. Ladies and gentlemen,
Mm.
it is also happening in Holland. There's a lady in February. She went to Turkey with her daughter, and the lady daughter died. Okay, for the same thing. So I advise you people, you gotta make sure what you're doing. And that was the thing. What Wendy was saying is that why did she go all the way to Turkey? There seems to be a Facebook group of people who are recruiting people and getting them to go to Turkey, yeah, to do the surgery. The lady, the Dutch lady, her only daughter, and her daughter has two kids. and we can't do anything because it's out of our jurisdiction because the law
Mm-hmm.
in Turkey and the law in Holland. So she has no lawyer to help her.
Oh
Ladies
my
and
God.
gentlemen, people who
Oh my
think that you
God.
need to go to do something, um, don't go there. Okay, do not go there because this Dutch lady and
And
we
they
are
went to
so
have
close.
surgery.
Yeah, and and she went and she said, "I don't know why I wanted to go with my with my child. Her daughter died on the the operation was done in COVID and whatever." And they were saying, "No, it's okay. It's the woman daughter died, her only
Were
child."
they legitimate doctors or no? Because
Well, I don't know what's
probably a
over there,
legitimate
honey.
doctor, I would not think they're gonna coerce you or talk you
Well,
into
they have this
coming.
hotel that they get the guests in. The guests stay in the hotel, and then they go do the surgery. I don't know. I couldn't
Oh
understand
my
whether the surgery was done somewhere else or it was done in the hotel. But it's a serious case. A lot of Dutch people, at least, this woman, and she was crying. She and her husband was crying because her daughter is an adult. She's like I think she was in the 20 near 30s, and she said, I don't know why I went with my daughter. And she said she see her daughter there lying and couldn't do anything. The lady daughters died, and it's a I don't know if it's a breast implant, whatever she did. And then in the week, I was watching Wendy and saw the same thing
okay.
for some actress girlfriend who went to Turkey. And so, ladies and gentlemen, do not do it. Save the money, do the operation in America. Do not fly over to wherever to do your operation.
Right,
Save
right. Do it in your
and
home country.
exactly do it in your own country so that if there is a
Yeah.
problem, you can find a
You
lawyer
as
to
a
sue.
resident, you being a
Exactly.
citizen of the country can take advantage of lawyers and laws and things like that. If you don't live in that country, you're just a visitor. And
Yeah, you're just a visitor. Yeah.
what can
So
you do?
and I think that that's how they're getting away with it. And seeing
Mm,
that on Dutch television program because it was in the beginning of April, and then Wendy having it last week on our show, I was like, I have to advise people to stop doing it because this woman
right.
has lost her daughter. Her daughter have two kids, but she will not get any. She will never. She is not going to get support from us because the lawyers in Holland cannot because a different country. Turkey is a different country, and the laws are different. So yeah, these people are getting away, and
Yeah.
somehow this group of people are on Facebook that is recruiting people and getting them to fly to Turkey because it's cheaper. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no chop shop or butcher shop. Okay,
Right.
that is like a
Don't
chop
go
shop
for
or a
that. This
butcher
is
shop.
your body. This is
Exactly,
not
it is your
just,
body.
this is not just, oh, I'm going to buy a dog or, this is a surgery. You don't know their practices. You don't know their education. And if you do not go do this on your own, I feel like it's already a red flag if somebody is talking you into coming over there. That to me is a red flag in itself. Because for what? Why do they need to
Because they make
encourage
money,
you to
and
come way
yeah,
away from your home country, things like that? I would definitely feel like something sketchy is up with that.
it's
Please,
going
y'all use
on.
your
Yeah,
instincts. Y'all
yeah.
use your instincts. Don't let a plastic surgery want or something like that just get you blind to common sense and get you blinded and you ignore your instincts. That lady probably has
She was
some
so
inkling
crying.
of this may not go right or this may not be right, but I'm just gonna
Yeah,
do it
that's what
anyway.
she said.
Y'all
Yeah,
don't
and it was a
gamble
Dutch
with your
lady, and she
life.
said I just felt as if it wasn't, something was wrong, and I had to go with her. And
Oh,
this lady, my heart goes out, and there was a
right.
lawyer, there was someone from the Shirasur here, and they're saying, yeah, it's a tough situation because we can't help her because
Right, because once it's done, you guys, you can't reverse it. You
and the
can't,
lady
you
died.
know,
The lady
it,
daughter, our
oh,
only child, died. I mean, what, think about coming back to Holland and telling her kids that, your mom went to do an operation and died. It is a serious situation. And then seeing it on Wendy, and the lady went back to America. Go look at Wendy's, one of those, I think it was in the week. And she went
mhm,
back to America, end up in a hospital of the complications that she picked up in Turkey. And that is the
mm,
thing. I wonder who is running Facebook and if they're not looking at these people and is recognizing what is going
right,
on. Because I
right.
don't do Facebook.
Somebody,
I basically don't do Facebook because whatever is going on, this is a situation where if this lady in America and then we have a couple in Holland because it has went up because we're in shutdown. We can go to certain countries, so we can go to Turkey and we can go to the Antilles, where we have the Dutch Antilles island. But going to Turkey is like a vacation because it's the Mediterranean and it's warmer there and it's colder in Holland and it's just like an hour, couple of hours flight there. It's not, and everyone goes to Turkey because I love Turkey. It's just bloody hot. It's hotter than Florida and Texas. This is really, really hot. Yeah,
oh my,
but I love going to Turkey and the
mhm.
food is just absolutely good. They have Titanic Hotel there and it is good. It is good to, it's not expensive. So, like I would understand that people from America, that is not expensive basically because it's cheap. The flight alone depends on when to Turkey, but they're very good apart from that. But she was saying that the doctors didn't even speak English and we don't speak Turks. So yeah, and the doctors didn't really speak proper English because all Dutch people, most Dutch people speak English. We but
Oh,
yeah,
y'all.
it was a serious case, and this lady was just crying. She and her husband was on the program and was just crying.
And
And
it's
I'm
like it's
advising,
extra sad when somebody says, "I felt like it wasn't right. I felt like she shouldn't have done," and then you just do it anyway. It's like,
yeah, she loved her daughter and
say
she
something,
wanted to support her daughter.
or I would, if it were me and one of my daughters, I would tell her, okay, before we buy tickets and fly out, we talk to them. Let's think on it for 2 more months.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think on it for 2 more months and see how we feel later. There is no reason to fly and rush into a surgery that you probably really don't even need. You
Mm-hmm.
want a surgery and you just go, and because they said, oh, we can do it for $2,000. It's like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, don't get caught up in just wanting to change yourself. Like I said, it's not like it's a life-saving situation.
No,
This is something that you're
no.
wanting to do. Think on it for 2 months. Don't
Yeah.
rush into something like that because you can't reverse things. If you
Mm-hmm.
have a complication, you can't, it's too late then to try to get a lawyer. Your health
Mm-hmm.
is affected, and then you
Yeah.
trying to get a lawyer for a case. That's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna work. That
No, because
you
that's
can't
what they
do
were
that.
saying. We can't help you
That's
because
stressful.
you're out of the jurisdiction of what happened. And, it's a sad situation because this woman would not, I don't know how she's going to be dealing with this because this is like a
Mm.
serious thing. It's her only child. It's not even that she have another, and she has to take care of the grandkids now because, her daughter died. And she said she was even saying to the doctor, no, something is right. Something is right. And they were saying, no, no, no. Sometimes that's how it goes. No, it is just so extremely, extremely. This was a
And they
extreme
don't
case.
even care. They got the money. Once people have your money,
Yeah,
they don't care
they don't
anymore.
care for
They
the rest of it.
succeeded
That
in
is
what they
true.
got. That was the ultimate. They wanted you to pay for that surgery. They wanted you to pay them. Once the money is there, they do not care
Yeah,
about,
that's
they
true.
don't even know you. They
Yeah,
don't know you. So,
it's really a
listen to
sad
your loved ones,
situation.
especially if somebody tries to say something, tries to talk you out of it, tries to get you to think about it longer. Please listen, y'all. Stop and listen. If anybody is contemplating surgeries, things like that, just, even in your home country, still do your research, do your homework, look up the doctor, make sure it's a real doctor. Do you know you can buy a degree? You can buy degrees online, y'all. It's the internet has a light and a dark side, and the dark side is things like that. People can pay maybe $500 and get a doctorate degree printout with their name on it, put it up, go rent a little office building, put it up on the walls. And I have done that. I've gone to the doctor and I'm like, let me look at their credentials. You don't even know if that is, but I'm already there now. It's too late. But it's like, oh, let me see where they went to college. You look around, but that stuff can be fake. It's all outdoors. Do research, do homework, especially for a surgery. On
especially
your body.
when you're going to do a surgery like that, it's not
it's not even
medical,
medically
it's not
needed to save your life. And even if it is, then just still, a Google search may take you so far.
No, that's true. That is true.
Because you have people out there sometimes they have been caught doing things like pretending to be a doctor. They may have charges already. People can move. If you're in New York, you can relocate it to LA and open up a new store and keep right on breaking the law. But if you do a Google search, you will find that. It could possibly come up right there. This person is wanted for botched surgeries. He's faking, pretending to be a doctor. You can, and you might, I saved my life. Like, just research. Do not, even in fancy buildings, it doesn't take anything to rent out an office, y'all. It doesn't take it. You don't have to legally be a doctor to rent an office. Okay. So people gotta break down the look, he looked legit. He had the little thing around his neck. Honey, you can get that on Amazon. It doesn't matter. Do your damn research before he had the little stethoscope and that's all you needed to see to be comfortable. No, do research on a doctor before any surgery. And I always tell people, if you get a diagnosis, okay, if you get a diagnosis, get a second opinion.
Yeah, second opinion.
Not only can they lie to you and tell you that you have something that you don't. I just recently, I think it was yesterday, I saw a story that this lady was giving people a false diagnosis. She was telling them they didn't have anything and they died.
What?
She said that she got bored in her job.
What?
So she just started lying to people because she just didn't even care anymore about her job. And people who really had cancer, she just said, nope, everything looks good. You don't have nothing. And they kept going on. Of course, if you heard you don't have anything, most people are not going to get a second opinion on that because that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
They died not having any medical care, treatment, anything because she got bored. So they prosecuted her. She's on trial. She's on trial. But people in their mind frame these days, you don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what is going on. If your gut starts kicking in saying, hey, check this out, something ain't right, something's going on, look, your instinct is going to keep you alive. That's sure. So that is our survival instincts kicking in. It is real. That is your guides and your angels putting that little, hey, no, check this out. Listen to that voice.
Yeah, I always tell people, I said, that's what saved me. Yeah, I said, that's what saved me, that little voice. I'm looking at you and you're talking and I'm reading you. I'm checking you out. My little voice is saying to me, woo, girl, don't take on that story.
Yes, do not tune into the words. Tune into vibes.
The feelings.
Tune into the vibes. Yes, because I guarantee That's how the universe works.
Yeah.
When somebody
Mm-hmm.
has the wrong intention, see, intent is hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Intention is hard to find because
Yeah.
it's so a person can talk to you, they can say whatever they want to say, but you don't really know what's behind it or what's behind
Exactly.
them. And so you got to
Exactly.
really tune into yourself. What are you feeling as you're talking to this person?
Yeah.
If you're feeling like, if anything doesn't feel right, and still, just to be safe because it's your life, just get a second
Exactly.
opinion.
Yeah.
Just get a
Yeah.
second, especially with serious stuff like cancer. Do
Yeah.
you have cancer? If it's something deadly,
Yeah.
get a second opinion. If it's
Yeah.
something that can like it was the opposite for her, because I've definitely heard of doctors saying, oh yes, you have cancer, we gotta give you out, because they make more money when you
Yeah.
get a diagnosis, because they have to now treat you. You got to keep coming in. We got to remember that,
Wow.
y'all. So even the opposite, people were told, nope, you don't have anything wrong, you good to go home, keep living, and they died in a year or two because they really had cancer. So
Wow.
you know your body.
Yeah,
Cancer is
that's
going
true.
to, you're going to know something is wrong if you have cancer in your
Yeah.
body. You're gonna
Yeah.
feel it. You're not gonna just be up ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna show up somewhere. Listen
Yeah.
to your body. If they say nope, you're fine, and continuing running tests, things like that. Nope, I don't see anything. Just go
Yeah.
to another doctor. Just test them.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt.
That's
It
true.
doesn't hurt.
I agree totally. I'm gonna do this last one. Peaches. I met a
Mhm.
guy in transition, and he said all the men he was meeting treated him like a sex toy and nothing more. Ooh, okay, I do understand that, but it is a world where you will come against these people, and it depends on how you deal with these people. Okay. All right. So Peaches, one
Absolutely.
last thing I want, because for a lot of new entrepreneurs or a lot of new people that is creating a website, I
Mhm.
found a bank. I think it's a bank or it's some sort of a thing there. The name of it is WISE. I don't know. It is new. Some of you can use it, but my thing is that I think I am calling out to the managers of this company. Whoever your customer service is, there needs to be more attentive with people private information. Okay, they're like they're like just sending out your business EID number and your business identification number like that. And then when you ask them, how did you get them? They can't give you the reason why. And I basically,
Mm.
asking the managers or someone of this company to investigate the customer service and how customer service deals with people data and information, because I don't think a customer service should have your full business identity, because I know the system, you can put it in there, and once you type it in there, even when you're typing your business identity number, your social security, you always see star 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 and the 4. You cannot see this business identification fully if someone is not in the
Right.
back end of your software accessing people data and information. So I'm calling out on Wise. Wise is like PayPal, but it's different, especially if you do business internationally and you have like European, you do a lot of sales in Europe or in another currency. They're very good. But I'm calling out on Wise to investigate what is going on with your customer service, because if someone types in their business address, you can never see the old business number, and this
Mhm.
customer service person is going to be emailing me my full business number. I said, how did you get my business identity? Because first I tried to open up an American for Kathye, and then they said no, you have to do it the Dutch way. Then when I go to move to the Dutch service, This woman is going to be email me to ask me, is this your business identity? I'm like, excuse me? I said, be a little bit professional. How did you have the full? And I opened the American account and then they say, flip it to Dutch. So there's no way. You must be in the back end of the system or
Mm-hmm.
someone who is doing something that is not above water could have get my business identity number, because even when I type it in a star star star, you see only the last four
Right.
digits. So I'm calling out and wise. You have a very good service, but you need to check what it is that your customer service is doing, because this is wrong. Because that's how people information and identity is stolen. I think it was a very disturbing situation. And if I was disturbed, I can imagine other people in America that is saying, wow, I don't want to be with this company because this company, how
Right.
can this customer service type in my full business identity? The woman was saying, is this your birthday? Is this your business? I said, excuse me, you told me to change it to the Dutch company. So why do you have my American business identity? I said, this is wrong. So Wise, you have a really good software. You have a really good business, but you gotta check and retrain your customer service, because they cannot just. How did she get it? Because you work with these
Well,
softwares. They
if
can't have the software. They can't see
I was
all
gonna
of your
say, it
business
came from the
identity
company.
number.
It has to come from the company because I did customer service my whole 20s. Um, Being a single parent, that was like the quickest, easiest position that I could get back then. And so I can say with customer service, those are entry level positions, except maybe
Exactly.
the supervisors. But even supervisors, they don't have any control. That type of software and that type of access to people's information is coming from their IT department and
Exactly. Thank
from the
you.
company overall. The customer
Thank you.
service agents, they don't have any say so as to what they can access. It's like just automatic. This is the software we use. When you put in this is what comes up, and it's just what they have to work with. That is going to fall on the company a little bit higher up than the
Accessing,
customer service
exactly.
rep.
Accessing
But
and
like you
taking
said,
out.
that's how
Peaches,
people
I
get
was
identity.
appalled. I was so pissed. I said, listen to me, you're
Yeah,
not
that's
arresting
a
me.
lot of information. Like you said, normally you're not going to get everything. Some stuff is
No.
blocked off even from the customer service reps because, like I said, they're
Exactly.
entry level. They're entry level reps. Maybe on a director level, you would see the full information or something. So that has to do with the type of software that they're using and maybe their IT department. Maybe they need to kind of step it up with IT as far as, hey, to protect our customers as well.
Exactly.
This needs to be blocked out. And like you said, because mostly when you call in, they say, okay, what's the last four of your
4 digits
social?
of your
At the
social
most.
security.
At
Exactly.
the most.
And that's how,
For
yeah,
safety. Yeah.
for
So,
safety. This woman
mhm.
is going to be, and my company name, my company full business name, Peechez. If you can look at my computer and see, and I was like, what is this? And I'm like, why do you need to have my American business company ID? Because you guys told me to, because I'm in
Go
Holland,
through
to
Dutch.
use the Dutch
Exactly.
identity company. So how this woman and my birthday, and I have to give. So my partner said, no, 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 that is
Mm-mm.
too far.
Yes,
I was like,
I
but
agree.
you told me not to open the American and to open the European. So why would you have so much information? And I'm like, oh, whoa. Whoa, I said, and I asked her, how did you get the information? Until now, she cannot answer me. And I'm calling out to whoever the manager is of Wise. You need to investigate this, because if you're going to be working worldwide with people, every country,
Right.
especially in Europe, our information is protected. You cannot just access our information in Europe. You will get yourself in some serious, serious trouble. And I think that
Yeah.
that is what America needs to do, because a
That's
lot of
having people
people,
vulnerable. And
yeah,
also, Kathy, because companies these days get hacked, you know, you
yeah,
can
that
have
wasn't the act. That was
hackers.
someone that
Mhm.
that was someone. Because I remember when I was acting, they sent me and apologized to me when I was in the States. Well, you remember that big leak by one of those thing their company. It was 2017. That big leak. My identity was leaked. I
Was it Target,
no, it was a
Home Depot?
trans thing there. It was one of the oh my God! It was one of the credit check
Oh,
people.
TransUnion.
Yeah, TransUnion. My
Oh,
information.
okay.
Yeah. So and this lady just I'm like, excuse
Mhm.
me. I said, you guys said I can open the American account. I said, now if someone is using my information in America, you should be advising me, because you know that I'm in Europe. You told me open a European. And this is how they do, you know that this is how they can use your information and send money to other people who cannot receive money through the normal ways. This is how these people use your identity. And it is a
Mm.
serious case. And I said to you, you need to know the laws and regulation, especially when you're going to be doing business, especially in Europe, because Europe is a totally shut down thing. You know, it
Right.
is a serious case. You can't just send my business identity just via the email. They don't know that we have certain rules
Mm-mm.
and ground rules and regulation. And
No,
you
that's
know,
not
whoever
safe.
is listening
No.
wise, you need to check out your customer service and retrain them properly, because people identity will be used in your
That's
company.
vulnerable. Yes,
It's
that's
very
vulnerable. Giving
vulnerable.
vulnerable info. Have people's information vulnerable.
Yeah,
Um, Especially like I said, with the level of a customer service rep, that's entry level. It's no reason they should be able to see and access
my full business
full
address
details.
information.
No,
Yeah.
no. Um, yeah, but that hacking stuff, you know, you have to be careful with leaving your credit card number on file with
Don't
different
never do it.
companies.
Never do it.
It may not, you know, your information may not only be accessed through the company. Like I said, a lot of hacking goes on these days, and people's information is stolen from the company themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely stay on top of that. And
Yeah,
yes,
I'm gonna
try
stay
them
on top
out.
of
I
it
would
because
maybe email the tech support, or maybe someone in a higher ranks, because that has to do with their software that they're using,
mhm,
and the IT is responsible for how the website operates, and they're responsible for the actual software that those reps and that the company uses for people's information. That needs to
yes,
be looked into more.
yes.
Um,
And who are the people who are accessing your information? Because this
yeah.
person, I don't, because first I apply and they said, oh, your company is not. I'm like, excuse me. And then all of a sudden someone said, okay, we have a Dutch entity, so change to the Dutch entity. So I changed to the Dutch entity. So in the same area, I just changed the information over to Dutch, the address and everything. So I move and I delete and move the company identity, because even in Holland, you don't give your company identity number just like that. This is how
Mhm,
our system is really protected. So
mhm.
if I overwrite that place, how are you going to have my full company ID? No, you're up to something that is not good. So WISE,
Mhm.
WISE, could you please investigate this problem? Because you have a very good idea, but the people who works for your company is doing something that they're not supposed to do. You need to protect people identity. The way you have agreements in America is not the same way as in Europe. We do business here differently. So I'm asking everyone
Right.
to look out for that. You know, the thing is that I love PayPal, and I think I love PayPal because of what's his name, who did it because PayPal, PayPal look at these things. PayPal is going to
Mhm.
be getting to the bottom of the situation, and that's why there is different things about PayPal. Each and every person have something, but this company is a new company that is just coming up, and if their client service is not treating the customer in a professional order and also having information of the customer, this is just wrong. Okay, I don't play games
Yes.
with my identity because I've been fighting to bring it back into balance. So I'm not playing any game with no one with my
Right.
identity. And this is a situation where we have to be, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be really on point with your identity at this time. And Peaches, that's why I bring it up with you, because you did customer service and I worked for a company where they work for Sprint, Apple, and we were like the back office. And the
Mm.
only thing, when your customer call, you ask them what is the four ciphers of your social security. In that system, you cannot see the identity, the business identity number, only the four last cipher. And people, you got to be aware what is happening, because that's how your identity is being stolen. Peaches, I really enjoyed this. I have a wonderful time. I do love you, my darling.
So
I
did
can't
I.
express
As
how much I
always,
love
thank
you.
you.
And
Thank you.
we
Thank
are
you.
going to be collaborating with Peaches. We're going to do pull a card in order
Yay.
to, yeah, we're going to do pull up cards. So, people, let's do the speeches when you have time. Um,
Okay.
when you have time, Friday evening or Sunday.
Do you mean in the next week or what Friday? What day?
Whenever we choose a date, and we let the people know, and we do pull a card with us. We're going to do pull a card, and this is going to be going the funds pull a card, because we're trying to fund people who are having it really hard financially, and we are
Mhm.
going to be choosing a family after that, and we are going to be giving this family so people who can write into us and give Kavon what is going on with you and your family. We're going to be providing financial help for family. So Peaches and I, we're going to do in general a pull a card for everyone. You can ask me or you can ask Peaches, and we're going to be doing that. Okay, Peaches, I think that would be good for us to do for the public. I really do love you guys. I want to say thank you so much for coming out, share these videos. And I am saying
Yes.
namaste until next time.
Yes,
Out, time
ma'am.
out. Bye.
Bye.